Hello, hello. I've been working on this for uh roughly the first, so about a week. I'm not done. I gotta fit something, but I wanted to state what I've done so far before I fix it and organize afterward or before them. So far, I got a couple plots and a GUI for it. Some armor tools, trees. I still gotta make the sapling for them. One recipe, but I plan to have more. I haven't done it yet. Trying to get it to work. Some more gem-related stuff, which currently have no plans for, and one related stuff. This one might have a thing for it. I have not completely decided on that yet, but so far it's just there for sake of being there. Working on this guy. Just finished fixing. Oh, wrong one. That would down further. Anyways, set this guy up. Trying to get this working right now with the black and white squares and then the start block. We got the block checker. This bit right here is repeated with these guys right here, if statements. I got to replace this block with something. I have to find where it's at. It even exists. It should be in here. Might be this guy. I need to find an equals one that is this, but I can't find it. Hello? Uh, might be this one. I don't know if this one will. I gotta play around to find the correct equals ones, because this one's not working. So I can try replacing all of these with that, or different equals. We got the this. All it basically does is if the block is found after doing when the block is found, it checks all four other blocks. This I might have to redo because it's I took the basic principle from a 3x3 by 3 cube and edited it to be more of a flat spot, looking for one specific block at the moment to get the initial A1 square connected to the start block. So I might have to tweak it a little bit more. Same with the this as well. See, set up a time block. It will manage basically like a stopwatch or a timer with the different modes of chess. We got classic for 90 minutes, rapid 10 minutes, blitz 3 minutes, bullet 1 minute, and then no time if you don't want time. And then we got started advancements. I plan to have more. I will leave these a little fun side thing you can stumble into if you decide to play it. Uh, First thing I made, just the storage bots for your pieces. We got one of these. That one? Yeah. And it says text somewhere. Then you got the actual board itself. Once I find it. It's somewhere. Well, it's basically one of these. Anywho. Yep, there it is. No, I want you to open. Alright, you exist somewhere. Find it. Where art thou? I need to edit some of the textures. Ah, there you are. Yeah, there it is. I need to change, swap the black and white squares because right now they're not in the right corners. It needs to be rotated 90 degrees, technically. And then we got tagged stuff, biomes. We got 2 biomes for the 2 wood types. Nothing really special. I still need to set up the loot table with creating a sapling, dropping a chance to drop apple, sticks, or sapling, or nothing for air. Started with messing with that. I might have both of these biomes spawn a structure with the chessboard intact with the villager, but that's to be determined. I gotta play around with the villager professions and trades to see if there's anything I would like to incorporate with that. Otherwise, it's null for now. We got some paintings. This is only funny if you're familiar with chess. Uh, the chess scene. Same with the other one. And then this one I finished last night. I finally got the key binding to work. It's just the UI information. I finally got the procedure. I was missing one single line for a couple days, and I forgot about it. I will be working on now. Machine showing off the key binding. Simple. I don't know it enough to describe how it works or how it's supposed to function. It's yeah, the thing. And then we got the released one. I can show it functions. I don't know enough how to describe it. It works. I started coding when I started doing this project. So, and then this is what I did last night because I didn't want to deal with the fixing the code because I wasn't sure how I could fix the code, but I just had an idea before I got out of work. So this is what I did last night. Couple things. You got this guy. It's the same one as the other one. It's just I had to redo all the letters and numbers to flip the corners for white's perspective versus black's perspective. That way the chords are easier to read either way. This is just the time control without the buttons to press, and then we got the point system, which I will eventually add with pieces in the scoreboard. But I gotta get the multi-block to work in first place before I can worry about that. But I got general information laid out. So we got 90, 10, 3, 1, 0, and then the A1 to H8 and H8 to A1. Alright. Go away. Alright. We got the armor, the pieces, are the armor, the tools, pieces. Filler block I'm using for stuffs. We got the wood, the pieces in the block form, and then the sides of the pieces in the block form at the bottom, and then some aspects my brother was playing with. So let me show you it in not a little bit of annoyance to see format. If it decides to load, it might just be taking a minute. I can show you the biomes as well, but let's start with the goods. So this is what I'm playing with. I'm trying to get this block to register this block outwards to form a chessboard. After I get this registered, or to acknowledge it as a board, I want it to also acknowledge the pieces. And eventually these will be more of a 3D model, but I have to download another program to actually get that going. So for the time being, it's just these slabs. We got the pieces in item form. And then the storage. And this is the painting. This is only funny if you are familiar with what it is. If you're not, then that's okay. This is other paintings to compare it to. Forgot the edge, but that's okay. This is the other one. My brother designed this one. Oh, it's right there too, apparently. This is the Minecraft's base wood, one of them, the oak. This is the my two wood types. I gotta mess with the texture a little bit. I haven't bothered to do so yet. Got the this guy. This is the material these are made out of, along with the tools sticks. We got the gem ones, the ingot, and then this is a request from my brother. And then this is my wood types compared to the other wood types. And then it glows. It glows in coordinates to its point value. So the king is a light level of 10. I might make it higher. Queen is 9. The rooks are 5. Knight and bishop are 3. Pawns are 1. And then the board itself, I believe, is also 1. This is another idea I might play around with if or incorporate in some manner to maybe make a different scale board instead of having just the 8x8. And that's all that. And then we got the two biomes. I need to mess with the textures a little bit. But I got it so the passive mobs can spawn. We got pumpkins, oh, and a village. The Taiga village style. Same with the grass. And then profession. I gotta mess with this. I don't know. I have an idea potentially, uh, but I'm not sure. I didn't know this was here, to be honest. We got flowers, although I think that one's from the village. There it is. Flower fields can pop up. There's more. So far, I've mainly seen these ones. I think it's limited to the taiga biome, but that's okay. And basically, same thing for the other variant, just a different type of wood. Apparently, I'm in a cave. Oh yeah, this cave is nuts. Generation in 1.20.1 is crazy. So I have it set to be a little more flatter because it's personal preference. But in general, the generation of the biomes is hilly, so either way, occasionally gonna have like massive hills or something crazy. And we can show this is what the tab looks like. I gotta reorganize it a little bit. Filler testers for these two. I gotta do a little retexturing for the tools and armor, but I'm not too concerned with it at the time being. I want to make sure I want to get the board itself done. And with the I don't need these more. With the items, they appear in the inventory as an item, but when you place it, it's the block. And that's where I'm at. I mean, there's a little behind the scenes stuff. I think I've mainly shown everything. Got that guy. We got that guy. We got that guy. Oh, I didn't show that. Guess we'll load it back up. I gotta reorganize the folder since I just figured out how to actually do that. Right, and then this is the keybind. I'm pressing C, and on the press it pops up. I do not currently have it set to pause the game because you might want to be able to partially look at the board while you're looking for the coordinate, so you can move around. That's the intent. It might be easier to have some of this not be here, but for the time being, I do not know how to do that without having multiple UIs, or maybe take this keybind and move it into an item. I don't know. Is there an example I could use? I guess the example would be a book. So like take like a book, probably this design, and give it the function, the same function as the keybind when you look through it, plus more information like the movement piece. So like routes go in a straight line. Any horizontal or perpendicular line, or vertical is the correct term. Horizontal, vertical. Bishops do the same thing but diagonal on the diagonals. Yeah, pawns move forward 1 unless it's their starting rank, then it's 2. If they capture 1 diagonally, knights move 2 spaces forward or 2 spaces then 1 space. I do have the movement there as a reminder. I do have when you hover over it tells you their movement, so it's there. But I plan to have it described with visual, and that will be moved. So when I do the book, I might move the keybind to the book, and also have it linked to the keybind, but only like the board itself, so it takes up less space, so you can see more of the thing in front of you. And that's basically that's where I'm at. That is where I'm at. Um, plans for this is when you make the storage for the chess pieces, I want it to spawn with the correct number of pieces. So we got 1 king for each, 1 queen for each, 2 rooks, 2 knights, or 2 bishops, 2 knights, and then 8 pawns each. And then I want you to be able to put that into like a slot here, which I have in the time of designing this, I didn't think of it. Which I could do now. Like put the chessboard in this slot. I don't like the way that. I can mess with that later. Put the board in here, and then it appears, like it takes the pieces out of the storage box and moves them into the slot. So the items will be transferred into their correct slot, and then once they're in this GUI, they will appear. One moment. I should have left it open, but I didn't think about it. So when let's say it's currently you right click on this block and the GUI pops up. You get this GUI. You put your storage system, which is this guy, into this slot. It takes the pieces and puts them into their correct location, which are these. They will appear in this form, the item form, in the GUI, but on a physical board they'll appear as these slab slots, but when I get to it after getting it to be connected, I plan to transfer these slab plots into 3D models of proper chess pieces. And then once it's all registered, you'll get confirmation either in the chat, the action bar, or fireworks. I don't know. I don't know how the confirmation is gonna work. So I gotta get the A1 to even work. But once it's all connected, you'll be able to, let's say we move E4. So this guy. You move that in the GUI, and then it moves it for you. That way you can stand anywhere, move your piece, talk, run, jump, do things while your opponent's thinking. You can have different angles as well. So that's the plan for that. Although, like I said, I gotta get it even registering the board first. I'm not sure if having multiple of these are screwing or not. So. No? Okay. These different names. So we got this one, this one, this one, and this one are all the word chess in different languages. Off the top of my head, I do not remember uh, what I do not remember what these two are. This one is Chinese and this one is Latin. And that is where I am currently at with my a week of it spending roughly, although technically 6 days because I didn't work on it one day. Each day I essentially spent like 6 to 12 hours each night working on it because I would get home from work, maybe even work on it a little bit before I got home. So that's a couple hours. And then when I get home from work, I would go for another 8 hours to like 5 to 7 in the morning. So like 6 to 12 hours, 10 hours each day for 7 days. But to be fair, before this project, I didn't know code. I know basic, like very basic stuff from watching videos, but I never like properly experimented with code stuff. So this is me going in blind and then looking up specific things like the basic for this guy, which I had to modify for my purposes. And same with this guy, I had to basic stuff. Although I think for the key binding specifically, I could, since it was a thing, I basically copied that. But it's generic information that I'm just not privy to. Anyways, that is where I'm at, and I'm proud of the way this looks. It took me a couple hours to. I had to pixel by pixel add these letters and numbers in. Uh, that's all I've done so far. And yes,